Hello and welcome to Nucleus Office Talks by Mastermind 2023, Decoding the Value of Experience. I'm your host Shivani Lorai. Until the recent past, businesses were measured by return on investment, a traditional metric to measure the success of any business or an investment. Post-COVID, as companies are focusing on rebuilding their businesses and recovering on lost time, there has been a considerable shift on employees, the people who are the actual builders of businesses. Most appropriate measure of success, and especially post-COVID in any dynamic industry. So how are business executives rethinking employee experience to close the loop and provide a richer experience for all? According to a recent study, close to 70% of business executives feel that employee experience leads to better, improved customer experience. We have a lot to unpack here, and to uncover this topic, we are joined by an eminent name from the media and entertainment industry, Mr. Biren Ghosh, Country Head, Technicolor. Let's join him to know more. For a great opportunity, we have him, French Chevalier and the member of the National Task Force for his industry in 2022. A very warm welcome, Mr. Ghosh.
Pleasure
Thank
to be
you
here.
for coming in here. Yes.
Thank you.
Well, we are talking, of course, the whole shift has happened from ROI into return on experience, and we are trying to decode the value of experience.
Right.
Considering you're from the media and entertainment industry, and it goes directly to the customer, end customer, how do you marry employee experience to have a great end experience with the customer?
Technicolor Creative Studios, we are a world-class creator of film and television and computer games and advertising for brands. And for us, the expertise in creating CX, or the customer experience, comes from the fact that we want to create places to work that are the crossroads between technology and creativity.
Yeah.
So CX can only happen provided you have outstanding EX, which is the employee experience.
Yes.
And for us, looking at the whole ecosystem, employees' experiences should not be reduced to engagement activities and things that people do in order to say we'll have a party or we'll give an award. It's beyond that.
Yeah.
We actually want to bring one more element into this.
Okay.
And I'll call that PX. So the partner ecosystem creates tools and technologies and the way that all this comes to bear on the combination of the customer experience, the employee experience, and the partner experience. It all comes together in some kind of a magical way.
Yeah.
So I believe that the quality of this experience is what creates trust.
Yes.
It creates people to be loyal
Yes.
to what they do because they're working in a place where they're treated differently.
Yes.
Now, to your question about today, in the new Gen Z story,
Yeah.
the young folks are looking for a workplace that fits with their lifestyle.
Perfect. Yes.
And they want to go to a place where they can choose their environment. They want to sit in the coffee area, they want to sit at the collab spaces, they want to sit in a team huddle. All of this is really, really important to them.
Yes.
Right? So I believe that the quality of the experience creates trust. It retains trust. And today's gig workers and gig audiences
Yes.
are all looking for what is now called the experience, right?
So I understand that from all of that you've said, that space or location and space creates, and of course when I talk about space, I'm thinking of a vibe in a space, right? It has to be positive, it has to be encouraging, people should want to go to the office because of course you say that physical spaces get everybody together. How do you choose that space? What are your criteria for choosing that space?
So there are things now that are becoming very personalized
Yeah.
in the way in which people will find that their passion can be brought to the fore.
Yeah.
That's really what we look for, is we work backwards from the experience that we want to create.
So, how do you think changing technology is going to influence customer and employee experience?
I'll tell you a secret.
Yeah.
Technology never invented anything.
Okay, yes.
Anything that was ever invented was invented by the power of ideas.
That's true.
Technology only enabled it, or helped it to scale, or helped it to go in different directions. So we are today living in a world where, screens are advancing.
Yeah.
Think of your last 5 television sets, think of your last 5 mobile phones. The screen revolution is one that drives how new content is created. And content today is about experiences. We basically help to pioneer that space. We help for the idea of a digital environment to be created. In The Lion King, neither the water, nor the animals, nor the skies, nor the environments were real. So what was space? We created 1,500 square kilometers
Wow.
in order to make sure that you had an area almost as big as Bangladesh just to make a movie.
Wow.
So that is what is happening when we talk of space.
Great. So we've had an outdoor experience. Let's do an indoor experience and take this conversation inside.
Fantastic. Are there coffee and sandwiches there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What are some futuristic practices that you're employing at Technicolor for your employees to deliver a better return on experience?
Future practices should derive from learnings and best practices of the past. So let me tell you that, for example, when my family and I want to go on a holiday,
Yeah.
how do we choose where we want to go? To the beach? To the hills? Sightseeing to a historical place? We all have our own bucket list.
Yep.
But we figure out, how do we come to this common denominator that will give us the collective experience that we seek? And how will we find the return on that experience by making that trip together?
Yeah.
Similarly, when we want to do something that is a place of choice, which will enable an experience, the place will enable the experience, not the other way around.
Correct.
And therefore, once we decide that, we will find how to tailor our experiences to the location. So the success of a studio, a creative technology studio like ours, similarly relies on the collective energies and the motivation of our teams and the way that they bounce off each other. They're diverse people, they have diverse skill sets, but they form this collective experience, this sense of space. And we make them embrace that by highlighting them. We take them and make them speak at large gatherings with hundreds of people, and they mentor the generation next.
Nice.
We give them opportunities to go and work with our sister studios and our clients all over the world. We take them out to government schools where kids don't know that their future can be in the visual arts.
Yeah.
We make them work on industry associations. We're working now as a part of the Prime Minister's task force in order to create animation, visual effects, games and comics, in his words, as the next soft power to take Indian stories to the world.
My last question to you, Birain, is how do you think leadership experience influences both customer and employee experience, and how do you think all of these three align for a higher purpose or a higher return?
Business is complicated. Life is complicated. World affairs today, as you know, are extremely complicated.
Yeah.
You know what leaders are? Leaders are simplifiers. Leaders are people who can help to decode this. They can create the hack. They can make sure that because of a recessionary market,
Yeah.
these are the actions we'll take. They can make sure that, hey, this is a trending and a growth industry. Here are the actions that we'll take. So effectively what leaders do is to work through colleagues, right? And simplify what needs to get done in order for success to find a pathway that it can actually go through this method of simplification.
Yeah.
And therefore, that is the real load for them. Now, in all of this, experience is important. A large number of people, and we don't know the number, have come through COVID, the COVID period.
Yeah.
Whether it was a result of COVID that they had or not,
Yeah.
they've come through a period where they are affected.
100%.
Okay, it could be loneliness, it could be what happened around them, it could be just nervousness.
Yeah.
So effectively, the new experiences need to provide that layer of understanding, that layer of trust. So you're solving the business problems, but you're also making sure that the experience of the employees can navigate all of that stuff. So while I did say to you earlier that everything should happen in one location, there are many forms of work, there are many types of skill sets that can well be done in a hybrid model or even at home.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure as a leader that you are cutting the coat according to the cloth, not just from a point of view of financial resources, but very much from the point of view of the emotional quotient of the team that you have.
Taking care of the emotional quotient, will show sensitivity from the company's perspective, from a leader's perspective for the employees, and I think that is going to result into a feeling of being understood.
Right.
Right, and if you're feeling understood, you want to give that back to the system, and you want to give that back to your company, and that giving back will come through delivering, through productivity, through ensuring that as an employee, if my responsibility is to deliver a great product, my customer has to be happy, and thereby my company is happy. So thank you very much, Biren, for this beautiful conversation, very enlightening. So thank you so much, and it's been an absolute delight. I hope to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yes. This is Nucleus Office Talks by Mastermind 2023, decoding the value of experience, blending employee experience with customer experience to set growth. Continue to watch this space for insights from more leaders across industries. I'll see you soon.